It's 3 a.m. and you're lying in bed, wide awake, mentally rehearsing tomorrow's presentation for the 100th time. Your brain is like that one friend who won't stop talking during a movie, except the movie is your life, and your brain is giving you commentary on every single thing you need to do. Sound familiar? Of course it does. Because right now, your brain is literally working against you, and you don't even know it. What if I told you that the difference between people who actually get stuff done and people who just think about getting stuff done isn't willpower, talent, or drinking 17 cups of coffee? It's knowing these 8 mental shortcuts that basically turn your brain from your worst enemy into your personal productivity assistant. Let's be honest, you've probably watched more productivity videos than Netflix episodes this month. You've downloaded apps, bought planners, and sworn you'd wake up at 5 a.m. to become a morning person. How's that working out for you? Here's the thing, you're not broken. Your brain is just operating on factory settings, and nobody gave you the manual to reprogram it. But today, that changes. The 8 mental shortcuts. 1. The 5-second rule. All right, let's start with something that sounds stupidly simple but is actually genius. It's called the 5-second rule, and no, it's not about eating food off the floor, though honestly, we've all been there. Here's how it works. 5, 4 dots, 3 dots, 2 dots, 1 dot, 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 go. That's it. You count down from 5, and when you hit 1, you move. No thinking, no negotiating with yourself, no, just 5 more minutes. You just do the thing. Why does this work? Because your brain is basically a drama queen. The moment you hesitate, it starts the whole theatrical performance. What if you fail? What if you're not ready? What if people judge you? What if the world ends? Your brain has more what ifs than a conspiracy theorist on Reddit. But here's the beautiful part. Your brain needs about 6 seconds to talk you out of doing something. The 5-second rule cuts it off at 5. It's like hanging up on a telemarketer, but the telemarketer is your own overthinking mind. Try it right now. Think of something you've been putting off. Maybe it's calling your dentist, starting that workout, or finally organizing that disaster zone you call a desk. Now count. 5, 4 dots, 3 dots, 2 dots, 1, and do it. I'll wait. Did you actually do it? Be honest in the comments. What did you tackle with the 5-second rule just now? 2. Habit stacking. Okay, so you want to build a new habit? Don't be a hero and try to create something from scratch. That's like trying to build IKEA furniture without the instructions. Technically possible, but why would you torture yourself? Instead, use something I call habit stacking. You take a habit you already do automatically, like brushing your teeth or making your coffee, and you stack your new habit right on top of it. Want to stretch more? Do it right after you brush your teeth? Want to journal? Do it while your coffee is brewing? Want to practice gratitude? Do it right before you check your phone in the morning. Your brain already has these neural pathways built like superhighways. Instead of creating new roads, you're just adding an extra lane to the highway that already exists. I started doing push-ups every time I went to the bathroom. Now, I'm not saying you should do push-ups in the bathroom. That's between you and your bathroom hygiene standards. But I am saying that I accidentally got jacked because I drink a lot of water. What existing habit could you stack something new onto? Drop your ideas in the comments. Let's get creative with this. 3rd task. Chunking. Your brain looks at big tasks the same way I look at my credit card statement, with pure terror and immediate denial. Write a 20-page report makes your brain want to fake its own death, but write the introduction sounds manageable. Clean the entire house makes you want to move to a new house, but organize just the coffee table sounds doable. This is called task chunking, and it's basically lying to your brain in the most helpful way possible. You're not lying about the work. You're just not showing your brain the whole elephant at once. You're showing it one bite at a time. The funny thing is, once you start with that tiny chunk, momentum kicks in. It's like eating Pringles. Once you pop, you literally cannot stop. Except instead of empty calories, you're consuming productivity. Here's what I do. I write down the massive, overwhelming task, then I break it down into steps so small that even my laziest Sunday self couldn't make excuses. If my Sunday self can do it while wearing pajamas and eating cereal, it's the right size. What's that huge task you've been avoiding? Tell me in the comments and let's chunk it down together. 4. Energy efficiency. Here's something nobody tells you. Most people plan their day around the clock, but the clock doesn't get things done. You do. And you don't run on clock time, you run on energy. If you're a night owl trying to force yourself to be productive at 6 a.m., you're basically asking a vampire to enjoy a sunny beach vacation. It's not going to work, and everyone's going to be miserable. I used to think I was broken because I couldn't focus in the morning. Turns out I wasn't broken. I was just forcing myself to work when my brain was still in airplane mode. My peak creative hours are between 9 p.m. and midnight. So guess when I do my best work? Not at 6 a.m. while crying into my coffee. Your energy has natural peaks and valleys throughout the day. Use your high energy hours to move mountains, and use your low energy hours to carry the gravel. Answer emails when you're brain dead. Brainstorm when you're buzzing with energy. Stop fighting your natural rhythms and start working with them. Your productivity will thank you, and so will your sanity. When do you feel most energized and focused? Are you a morning person, afternoon warrior, or night owl? Let me know in the comments. I'm curious about our audience's energy patterns. 5. Decision minimization. Your brain burns energy on choices. Every decision, from what to wear to which pen to use, is like a tiny app running in the background of your phone, slowly draining your battery. You know how your phone gets slower when you have 50 apps running? That's your brain with decisions. By noon, you've already made hundreds of tiny choices, and your brain is running on 12% battery. This is why Mark Zuckerberg wears the same gray t-shirt every day. Not because he's fashionably challenged, though debatable, but because he's saving his brain power for bigger decisions. Steve Jobs did the same thing with his black turtlenecks. Now, I'm not saying you need to dress like a tech bro, but you can minimize decisions in other ways. Meal prep on Sundays so you don't stare into the fridge like it holds the meaning of life. Set up your clothes the night before. Use the same pen for everything. Save your brain power for the battles that actually matter. Don't waste it on whether to use blue or black ink. What small decisions are you making every day that you could automate or eliminate? Share your decision fatigue stories in the comments. I bet we've all been there. 6. The next tiny step trick. Feeling stuck? That's your brain having a panic attack at scale. It looks at the whole mountain and suddenly forgets how to walk. When you're paralyzed by the size of a task, your brain isn't being dramatic, it's being protective. It's like a worried parent saying, "That's too big for you, sweetie. Let's just stay here where it's safe." But here's the trick. You don't need to climb the whole mountain right now. You just need to take the next tiny step. And I mean tiny, embarrassingly small. So small that failure is literally impossible. Don't plan to write 10 pages, just open the document. Don't commit to organizing your entire closet. Just hang up 5 shirts. Don't promise to exercise for an hour. Just put on your workout clothes. The magic happens when you realize that the hardest part isn't the doing, it's the starting. Once you're in motion, staying in motion becomes easier. It's basic physics, but applied to your motivation. I call this the too small to fail test. If you can't fail at it, it's the right size step. What's one tiny step you could take right now towards something you've been avoiding? Don't think too hard. Just pick something ridiculously small and share it in the comments. 7. Say it out loud. This one's going to make you feel weird, but stick with me. When you're about to start something, say it out loud, even if you're alone, especially if you're alone. Okay, I'm going to write this email now. Time to organize my desk. I'm making that phone call right now. Why does this work? Because thoughts are like smoke. They're wispy and they drift away. But words are like anchors. They land somewhere solid. When you speak your intention out loud, you're giving your brain a direct command. It's like the difference between thinking about turning left and actually turning the steering wheel. One is a vague idea, the other is a clear action. Yes, you'll feel silly at first. Yes, your cat will judge you. But who cares if it works? I'd rather be productive and weird than normal and stuck. Plus, if anyone asks why you're talking to yourself, just tell them you're having a meeting with the CEO of your life. Because technically, you are. Do you ever talk to yourself to get motivated? Or are you going to try this weird little trick? Let me know in the comments. No judgment here. 8. Progress bar hack. Your brain is basically a gamer. It loves progress bars, achievement badges, and completion rewards. This is why you feel weirdly satisfied when you fill up your coffee punch card or when your fitness app congratulates you for walking 10,000 steps. So let's hack this system. Turn your work into a game. Draw a progress bar for your project. Make a checklist and check off items as you complete them. Use a habit tracker and color in boxes. Break your goal into percentages. 20% done feels way better than still working on it. Your brain gets a tiny hit of dopamine every time you make visible progress. It's like feeding coins into a slot machine, except the payout is productivity instead of bankruptcy. I have a whiteboard covered in progress bars for different projects. It looks like a video game interface, and honestly, that's the point. When I see myself winning, I want to keep playing. The key is making the progress visual and immediate. Your brain needs to see that it's getting somewhere, or it'll assume you're just running in place. What project could you turn into a progress bar right now? Get creative with it. Make it fun, make it colorful, make it impossible to ignore. Here's the thing about these shortcuts. They're not just individual tricks. They work together like a productivity boy band. Each one makes the others stronger. Use the 5-second rule to start a tiny step. Stack that tiny step onto an existing habit. Work during your peak energy hours. Minimize your decisions so you have brain power left for the important stuff. Say your intention out loud to lock it in. Track your progress to keep yourself motivated. You don't need to use all 8 shortcuts at once. That's like trying to learn 8 instruments simultaneously. Pick the 2 or 3 that made you go, "Oh, that's why I struggle with this," and start there. But here's my challenge for you. Don't let this be another video you watch and forget. Pick one shortcut from this list and use it in the next 5 minutes. Not tomorrow, not next week, right now. Which one spoke to you? Which one made you think, "I need to try this"? Go do it. Then come back and tell me what happened in the comments. And if you're thinking, "But what if I forget to do it?" Well, that's what the 5-second rule is for. 5, 4 dots, 3 dots, 2 dots, 1 dot, 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 go. Your future self is going to thank you for watching this video, but only if you actually use what you learned. If you want more brain hacks that actually work, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. I post new mental wellness strategies every week, and I promise they're all designed to work with your brain, not against it. What shortcut are you going to try first? Tell me in the comments. I read every single one, and I love hearing about your wins. Let's build a community of people who actually get stuff done, one tiny step at a time. Now go make your brain proud. You've got this.